What's good, Soul Family? It's your personal spiritual wellness coach and mentor, Alicia Yolanda, and we are back again today with day 4 of our Mindset Mastery Challenge. For those who have not tuned into day 1, 2, and 3, I recommend that you go and you look at those other 3 videos so you can catch up with the challenge, okay? Or, a matter of fact, you can start your challenge today. Now, for day 4, Soul Family, what does day 4 consist of? I am so glad you asked. Day 4 leads beautifully out of day 3. Day 3 was about the mirror motivation. Today it's about that self-reflection. Some people like to utilize the term meditation, but I feel like when we talk meditation, we think it's all about complete silence. And for me, meditation is not about silence. It is about peace and stillness, okay? So I'm utilizing the term self-reflection to also join that with that peace and stillness as well. So to do this self-reflection technique today, Soul Family, or the self-reflection challenge, I want you to find a place where it's nice and serene and you can actually find that peace and that quiet as well. Okay, now when I say peace and quiet, I am not saying things need to be completely silent. I'm not saying that, because you can be out in nature, you can be hearing the birds chirping, and that creates a really serene environment for you. It doesn't need to be complete and utter silence. Okay, another thing, Soul Family, when we're working with this self-reflection method, I would like people to be conscious of the fact that we physically cannot silence our minds. As much as we would love to, think that meditation is all about quieting the mind, personally for myself, I don't even think that's humanly possible, because there are thousands of stimuli that come in through all these aspects of our senses. It is near enough impossible for our brain not to try and identify what those things are, to play that association game. Okay, I've just heard a noise outside, that must be a bird, or I've just heard that must be a plane, or I've just seen that must be. We tend to identify the things that come in through our senses. So family, the aim of this is to be conscious of the thoughts that are coming in through the channels of our our senses. Okay, the thoughts that come in once we've started to identify the stimuli around us. So for myself, one of the things that I observed when I first started my meditation journey was the amount of time that my thoughts may gear off to something a bit more negative. Okay, and the more you practice this, the more you become conscious of your thoughts, and you start to apply, let's say we go back to day 1, and we start to apply the principles of putting a scratch into the CD of negative self-talk. Then when you start to practice meditation more, you start to also apply that principle as well, and you start to steer the ship of your thoughts to more positive thoughts. So during this time, Soul Family, I don't need you to do anything else other than to take the 30 minutes to just observe. Okay, just observe. I feel as though things that will come up in that time are things that are coming up for healing. That's my personal belief. So if things come up in that time, I don't want you to try and control them. I don't want you to try and reject them or suppress them. Just observe them. At the end of these 30 minutes, Soul Family, take a note of everything that came up. Whatever insights that came up during your 30 minutes of reflection, just note those down, okay? Because ultimately, the more we practice this, and we start to apply the other elements during the course of this challenge, you can start to steer that ship a little bit more better, to get a bit more efficient in terms of the direction of that we're steering our thoughts. But for now, Soul Family, we're just seeing the vibration that we're on. We're just seeing the frequency that we're on. Our thoughts are the reflection of the direction that we are currently steering our ship. So we're going to take these 30 minutes to just observe the direction that we're going with our thoughts first, and then we can apply other things to aid us to steer the opposite way or into the direction that we actually desire. Now, if you're worried about time during this period, set a timer on your phone. Okay, because the last thing that we want to do when we're reflecting is have other worries as well. Or am I here for too long? Or, how long do I have left? Things like that. So set an alarm, okay? Or a time or whatever, so it will keep you on track. So family, the idea, as I mentioned, it's not about controlling thoughts, it's not about suppressing thoughts, it's not about avoiding thoughts. This is self reflection. This time is for you to see where you are at. Maybe even apply the other things that we've already done through day 1 and day 3. If you feel as though you're already at that level where you can apply these things immediately, they can take immediate effect. By all means, don't let anyone hold you back. Do that. Do you know what I mean? But if you're not, and you're just taking part in the challenge to see where you are, to actually start to develop yourself because you've just begun your journey, then Soul Family, there is no pressure to immediately start to do some heavy lifting, okay? Just go through the motion. So family, if you have any questions, as always, you know what to do. In the meantime, one love, be love. You know we see love. Irie blessings.